Right, have a steaming hot cup of coffee. Let's see if we're gonna see any steaming hot piles of shit. Still haven't added any games to the SD card. Well, at least the lighter works. So obviously today is Cyprus weather again. Fuck's sake. And we've had to put the cardboard over the windows. Does actually help. Closing the curtains, especially curtains that they've been selling for the last 15 years. They're fucking, they don't do shit, mate. So really it's Atari weather, but yeah, I can't be bothered to set the Atari up. I don't like playing the Atari on a desk like this. When I had my black and white TV, my dad made me a little TV stand. I'm trying to think how to describe the wood that was used. It was this chipboard stuff you could get back then, and it was covered in sort of like this plastic coating. Wasn't quite as soft as vinyl, but it wasn't hard plastic, so you could cut it like with a sharp knife. And my VCS used to go between the 4 pillars, you know, horizontally slid through there at a sort of funny angle, but it kind of worked because the switches were closer to you. Slight problem was playing a console with 128 colours on a fucking black and white TV. But then again, I was grateful for that. I think I was only 10 or 11. How many 10 or 11-year-old kids back in the, you know, that sort of era of the VCS being a brand new thing in the UK? Well, maybe it was out for a few years. I don't think the VCS came out until late 78 actually. I'm not actually sure. So I think there was only an Argos catalogue for the first year. It was their first winter edition when the VCS actually came out in the winter of 77. Anyway, let the shitfest continue. Oktoberfest is like that, but there's no beer. Mad Commodore choosing to go with the okay, Badlands. Okay, all the zips are still in there. I need to sort that out. Why isn't everything extracted either? I think that's Pictionary. Rampart doesn't bloody work. Although there's 2 Rampart games, I think that's the one I want, the conversion of the arcade game. This is really weird because not everything. Trivpool. Yeah, we've done Zybots and I think we've done Vindicators. Now, was I playing that on the cartridge? No, that was Cyberball. So here's another directory we have to do, and I've got to do it on the crappy donated TV. I'm not going to bother telling you the thing. Bob's Full House has not been. I wonder why I haven't done all of them. Who can forget APB? Fucking C64 game with a character scroll or software scrolling. What a knob. C64 could do APB, the game engine, without breaking a sweat. Unless you start doing really dumb things like doing software scrolling on the 1 megahertz 6510. Yeah, it's morning for me, mate. So I'm really gonna have to go through this SD card. It's meant to be hot tomorrow and probably the day after for me. My house takes at least 24 hours to cool down. Because my cats are dumb enough to jump out the window and kill themselves. That's not my problem. But it is a problem for them, and I don't want them to die, obviously. Alright, these are just PRGs. Why doesn't it say .PRG then? Trooper truck is kind of like World War One, World War Two kind of take on Moon Patrol. I always call it Moon Buggy, and that's because Anirog called it Moon Buggy. Oh Jesus Christ! Use the correct fonts for you. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Unlimited lives, yes. Starting sector A, that do. Just like Panther, you don't get to hear all the music. It resets when you die. So probably shouldn't have done unlimited lives while I'm still smoking. Now, ignoring the silly colour choices for a second. So I can see that brown and light green are the universal fixed multicolour palette options, colours. It sounds a bit weird, multicolour colours. Set for the screen. So I'll probably use a character based mode. I think it was Daley Thompson's Decathlon where, you know, the rasters, well, they are using rasters here, look, for some reason. Well, that doesn't make sense though, because these bits here, yeah, I'm going to have to mute this for a second. Still have to do the double lighter trick. I've lost one of my lighters again. Come on, mate. Yeah, I noticed that on Daily Decathlons, I think it was. Daley Thompson's Decathlon, you know what I mean. Not the Activision one, although that might do it as well. That they put raster splits when there was a colour change here into the border as well. That made the screen look bigger. That was one thing I was always envious of on the Atari computers. They didn't have any borders on the side. And on an NTSC monitor or TV, they didn't actually have much of a border on the bottom. It's only the PAL machines that have a bit of a border on the bottom. C64 also has a larger border on the bottom than the top on the PAL machines. On the NTSC machines, the hell's going on? Hey! Don't ruin that one. Fuck me, you're being an idiot today, ain't you? It's all happening on Mad Commodore's rubbish channel. I'm glad to see one person did take note of the title of the last Dawn of Commodore bullshit double pack that I uploaded. Actually helps the channel, although this channel is beyond help. The YouTube algorithm will never ever promote a very old channel, and I'm talking about a channel that's been around for like over a decade. Because the way it works, doesn't matter. I'd have to like get some sort of sneak pictures of bootleg video of Boris Johnson cheating on his fiancée or whatever. Are they married yet? I don't know. I don't really care about the Conservative Party, which is how Spock pronounced it, so I'm not actually swearing. Not necessarily Leonard Nimoy. So everything is there for a great, Moon Patrol game. As far as the coding goes, I think they're landmines, them little brown things. They've butchered this tune so much. I can't tell you what tune it is. I do sort of recognise it. Oh, no. So a bit more variety in the background graphics, or a graphical refresh for this game would make all the difference. Actually, you could make a really good okay, it sounds like the Terminator 2 music to me, but obviously that's not correct, because this game famously didn't come out. I'm not alright, so there's a ball over the hole. That only happens in pornos, really. And if you don't get that joke, you're on the wrong channel. For sure, because you're not old enough. Okay, at least one of these fucking UFOs. Yeah, I did. Oh, bloody hell, I did. Oh, God, no. It's actually better than Anirog's Moon. If you could get Anirog's Moon Buggy's graphics in there. Oh, crap, how are you meant to do that? You have to jump right in the middle. There was actually another game, I can't remember who done it. It's Jeep something or other. That is another one where the game engine with a graphical change would make a really good Moon Patrol game. Nah, I don't really give that much of a shit about Moon Patrol, so well, it's interesting that there are things out there for people who know how to load in the code, reset it into like a machine code monitor, and then change specific values. Which there's probably some good emulator tools to do that, maybe. But that's not really something I can do, I'm afraid. I never spent that much time on it. See, the funny thing is, back there, although the quality of the information was much better in terms of like access to the C64, to get like a game up to the level of like Jeff Minter's best, Andrew Braybrook's best, from a technical point of view. I'm not talking about which one plays well. Most of Andrew Braybrook's games are just too fast. That's really the problem there. They are full-on arcade quality games, but people don't necessarily like arcade quality games on the C64. Ghosts and Goblins is another great example. You know, if you did an arcade perfect version of Ghosts and Goblins, it's a great thing to show your mates. You know, you got an Amiga 1000 and you show them Ghosts and Goblins, and it's like, that's nice. Actually, if you showed it to them on the ST, it's still nice, because it's very good horizontal scrolling on that. In fact, Ghosts and Goblins on the Atari ST, all things considered, is one of the best games on the ST. Now, what I mean by that is you have to judge it against, let's see, in 1986, your 8-bit console options. There's really only the NES and SMS left from that point onwards. And it is miles better than them. So, same thing. And it doesn't suffer like any significant slowdown like Gauntlet 1. Although Gauntlet 1 looks great and sounds fine, a bit scratchy. Is this a version of Garrison that works? Because there's two versions of Garrison, and only one of them seems to work. And whatever version that was on the 2GB SD card, which has vanished into a parallel DOM. Oh no, this is the one that's not going to work, is it? Nostalgia DOS is written by a loser, because it doesn't fucking work most of the time on the SD to AC. Dirt, as I like to call it. Do I look better without me glasses? That's the funny thing, I won't be able to tell you because I can't see. I can only see with the glasses. Okay, this ain't gonna work, whatever's going on. So there is a copy of Garrison that does work. Hopefully still on Mad Commodore 1. Actually, I thought I'd lost one of my Commodore SK pets. I couldn't tell you what the SK stands for. You know, the nice curvy ones, like something you'd have sitting next to the digital eye. Well, actually, it might be analog of Hal in you know, the movie 2001. So still relatively comfortable. It's 12:30, and I forgot to put the cardboard before sunrise in front of the windows there. But hopefully that'll cool down. We did have the projector on for ages, although I couldn't tell you why, because I didn't watch a single film. And have we done Rainbow Arts? Rainbow Farts, not to be confused with Rainbow Kisses, which I wish I'd never looked up. Nah, there's no Rainbow Arts. Now, most of Rainbow Arts games are multi-load, the good ones, and therefore they don't work, because I would have pulled them off the GameBase website. I still kind of remember Bad Cat, but I can't remember if I had even a copy of it, either on the ST or Amiga. Anything in 4 we haven't done yet. Yeah, Ark of Yesod is by Thor. And that's the prequel to Nodes of Yesod. I don't want a crazy hack. So actually, let's check this out, because Thor, he showed no promise at all. Their games were, yeah, they were for a time when you weren't sure how good a home computer with a 1 megahertz 6502 class CPU, Rasan class, and Victor and the Sid. I do find it weird that the Vic 2 has such a shit graphics mode. I'm talking about the 1K multicolour character mode, and the sound hardware is pretty much, like a Tesco value as the smart price version of, a Moog monophonic analog synth, although it is 3-channel poly, which goes down to 2 if you use some of the features like ring modulation, synchronization. You only got 1 filter, not 3 anyway. See, the no sprite collisions at all means it's not a good trainer, because that means you can't shoot shit either. Maybe if there's no shooting at all, I'm not going to do anything different. Oh look, the faster character option equates to the tape version of the note. That's a bit weird. Maybe the tape that has been archived is a version 2. We were going to do micro deal. Ah, crap. Well, the thing is, I didn't delete some of the files off the camera, but I renamed them. Saves all the fucking about when you're uploading them to YouTube. Well, I want joystick. Wow, that's not a good thing. It's like a 3 or 4 second delay between pressing the keyboard on the title screen to shit happening. Okay, whatever pressing right on the joystick input 1 does, like what key it does, that is the escape key. There we go. It's a fucking miracle for Thor computer software, you know that? Right, so you can drop these. So you can drop quite a bit, but maybe not a full screen size. So you can't actually shoot anything. So the first thing that I would say about, this game is it kind of reminds me of Everyone's a Wally. Yeah, crap. Oh, that's how you... Okay, doing diagonal and up actually gives you like a thing. So that's interesting. So that's a bit like Jetpack. This is like third person Jetpack, as it was never called back then. So it's a lot like Pyjama Armour and Everyone's a Wally kind of thing. See, the problem with this is when you go back to the screen, it remembers where they were, so they can be right there. Oh no, they kind of paused, didn't they? Okay, that was just shit. Ooh, we got spiked on the old ding dong. Oh no. See, I keep trying to do a diagonal jump, that's the thing. So it's actually an awkward game to play. We've got some sort of weird power up where it's reversed my controls. So they're back now. Oh, that thing can't float over things. Oh man, what bastard he came on that side, didn't it? Wow, you lose a lot of lives, isn't it? So this is actually a miracle for Thor computer software. I don't know. Alright, so whatever's just going along the bottom, like your typical platformer game. Oh. This is actually a nice game. If you like that kind of pyjama-rama kind of thing. I don't know if I'm supposed to be collecting anything. See, it's a shame there ain't more Remember Cracks. They're one of the few cracking groups who do a great job for us. A great job. And, yeah, because most of their cracks are like from the 90s, late 90s, at least mid 90s onwards. So I keep doing it with the old crap. So the jump controls are a bit like Dizzy. And you have to kind of get used to it. I won't say it's a good or bad thing. So it's a bit awkward with this thing. I don't know if the doors are temporarily opening. Ooh, bloody hell. No, oh, come on, mate. See, it's just not intuitive the way they've done the shooting thing. Maybe if you just held down the fire button. No, even that wouldn't work. Oh, mate. Come on. No. See, you have to change direction because has it just reversed my things again? It has. So now the joystick controls are reversed temporarily. I think it's a temporary thing. I don't know if hitting them actually affects your jump actually. So you can jump quite high actually. Bit of mini jetpack here. I can't believe Commodore and Stardust said I didn't like jetpack. I never said anything of the sort. Anything I've said is if you want the hardest version of jetpack, you have to play it on the VIC-20 because the screen resolution is like, I think it's about 50% less than a ZX Spectrum, which is 25% less than a C64, Atari 800, Amstrad CPC in mode 1, blah blah blah, BBC Micro in the medium resolution mode. So this door isn't opening. Oh man, come on. So that's very interesting. Now, if I'd got that game back then, you know, my personal opinion of Thor computer software would be a lot different. I think I had a house that Jack built. I think that was the only Thor game that I had. Now some people, although nobody's mentioned it, so I'm using my psychic powers, I think I was a bit harsh on Cyclops. That's not the case. That's a very late game in the C64's life, and there's no reason to have games with just 4 colours only on the background, including solid black actual background colour. Now, I had one of these. Well, actually, I had two Beyond games, but I think Lords of Midnight I got on. What was that thing that came on? Now Games 1 by Virgin Games. That was a compilation which I've done, but I don't think I've played Lords of Midnight. If I have, I've done a shit job. So I can't remember if I had Shadowfire or Enigma Force. Did they actually do Mountain King? Is that, that rubbish VCS game? And the one that's also got a copy on the Odyssey 2. It's really shit. I can't risk it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you which of their games I had. Sadly, I can't remember which one from the, the cover art as well. They were sort of like these cardboard boxes the size of two double cassette cases on top of each other. Obviously, I mean edge to edge. And they had sort of like comic book artwork. It's like line drawn, inked artwork. It's actually very unique. Sadly, because they're cardboard, they don't really survive. But they weren't meant to survive this long. Now the thing is, some of these games are very strategic arcade adventure, and I don't know. So I don't even know if all these games are actually from Beyond, although they possibly could be. I don't know what Mountain King is then. So yes, I have not got Dark Chambers for the Atari VCS, and it's unlikely that I will find a boxed copy. The only boxed copy worth getting is one in America. Now, after the conversion rate, it's about 40 something UK pounds. The postage works out to £15. At that point, I was considering it. And then it's like the global shipping program, and it's about £18 in customs and VAT, import taxes. And I was like, this is a fucking 50-year-old piece of shit. What fucking import charges? There shouldn't be any. So I went on the government website, the Conservative Party website, and I checked this out, and they have changed the law. And it doesn't matter if something is not new. If you're buying some smelly old 50-year-old piece of shit fucking, Pong console from America, and you import it here, and it's like, for some reason it's £100, but let's say it's like a really rare one, you're going to get charged not only a ridiculous amount in postage, because what are they called? I think it's just the US Postal Service, isn't it? The one Newman works for. They charge a lot to ship worldwide. Getting stuff from America is ridiculously expensive. And considering the distance something travels, and Canada's gone up as well lately. So, it's like, okay, it's like 45 odd quid, and about 50, that's 60 quid, say. 60 quid I could stomach it, because this is a sealed copy. I believe it's sealed. It's very good condition anyway. Can't remember if it was sealed. And there's not much crushing going on. And if you're going to have like one VCS game, you want Dark Chambers on the Atari 7800. It's really good. It's much better than the Atari 800 version. Someone should backport that to the VCS, to the C64 from the VCS and 7800. Not the Atari 800 version. Okay, this is joystick port 1. I think we've actually played this game, and I think I said something like, play City Fighter. Okay, there's obviously a keyboard control business going on here. Because it's not working with joystick in either port. Oh man. So you got all these screens to check out, which is not intuitive. Okay, look, some weird key combinations on this shit. Actually nothing on the keyboard, you know. What did I do? So I wouldn't mind giving this a go. It has got a ZX Spectrum kind of feel to it. I don't do any of these. So this does seem to be working, because up and down does do something. So down changes direction, and forward activates you in the direction you're supposed to go, indicated by this little thing going diagonally one way or the other, see? So how'd you go up and down then? It's really weird. I think it is a character based mode, because one of the colours in every character block here is black. Don't really change until about here. So there's a little doggy there. This can't be the controls. Right, control does you that way. Is it a 2 joystick game? No, never mind all this bullshit, mate. Stop pressing that button, whatever that is. Sometimes function keys do up and down. Can't even see my shots. It's like a cheap sci-fi film where you can't see the shots. Am I ready to watch Battlestar Galactica 2004 again? There's a lot of bullshit episodes in there, and that's what I don't like about that. More than half of the episodes are character development style bullshit. There's hardly any sci-fi going on. No. So I've worked out space does that. I can't get on with these controls. Why would anyone do a game like that? I see, he went over the crosshairs. Just fucking, you put a shit control system in there, and you don't fucking give a generous collision detection at all. It's bullshit. So I don't know which of the what was the other one? Mountain King. I'm going to load that up, because if it is a shit game I'm thinking of, that'll be over real fast in the loading department and the review department as well. Ah, shut your mouth. Stop spreading the virus, you dumb cocksucker. I wish there was something I could buy legally, and I'll just plug it in here. You know, some sort of wall socket near the front of the house, near the main road, and everyone who came near my house, their phones just went completely dead. You know, they had no signal. That would be fucking fantastic, mate. Yeah, just like with enough of a radius, so people walking past my front garden, stroke driveway, stroke mini wildlife sanctuary. Yeah, anyway, now we're in Beyond Software. Beyond belief, that one. Whoever did that one was a fucking idiot. See, if I actually quit out the SD to AC browser, which is a bit risky because you can't change directories from Commodore DOS. Commodore disk commands do not support directories. That is a problem. Now you get more meaningful descriptions, 15 versus 8 characters with a 3 character extension if you really must. You know, anyone who remembers having a 1989, 1990 386 DOS PC and then getting all those great VGA pictures, you know, like Star Wars screen captures and stuff like that. You try labelling 100 fucking JPEGs meaningfully in 8 fucking characters. It's a fucking joke. I make it a toy. You have to buy a PC. You fucking spastics. Yeah, thumb it down, go on, you fucking DOS wankers. I couldn't give a shit. DOS was for losers, yes. 1983. Oh, that's a nice effect. Like you're degousing your TV. Blah, 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 blah. No. It is this game. Oh, I didn't know this game had this bloody tune on it. Hey, I pressed F1, didn't I? That's not me playing the game. It said press F1. There we go. So not only was it a joystick. Not fucking turquoise, and that's a sprite, so don't do it like that. You should do it yellow or something. Oh, the jumps are really fucking diagonal on this, look. Or maybe you can't make that jump, Mad Commodore. Yeah, I think you could be right there. So this is the kind of shit I expect on the Apple II. They're using all the sprites there to draw a 1, 2, 3, 4 colour high-res sprite. Now, if that is multicolour, I think it is multicolour. It's hard to tell with the brightness set this way. So you end up going down and down. I really don't like this game. It's on loads of systems and it's shit. Because the jump controls are wank. And that's the official review over for Mountain King. Dawn of Commodore Beyond Belief. No, there's not enough Beyond games to do that. Now, it's starting to get warm in this room, but imagine how warm it'd be if you had a bloody projector and a shit Windows PC blowing out fucking hot exhaust, which is like farts. Yeah, Google Chrome has updated recently, and now it's got like this bug where there's shit replacement for Flash that they coded, whatever they're using instead of Flash now. It just keeps, it's got memory leak, so it keeps grabbing more and more memory. Doing my online shopping, and Google Chrome goes up from about 250 meg to about fucking 1.6 gigabytes. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look at it, and one process on there is like 1.3, 1.2 gigabytes, something like that, because there are other tabs open. So I kill that process, and just that screen that I'm on, that's using whatever they use now instead of Flash to do these kind of things, that just crapped. It did that thing. Oh snap, something went wrong. Fuck you, I'll tell you what went wrong. Fucking Google became popular, and then their coding skills and design skills went down the U-bend of the toilet, touching the fucking shit in the sewer pipes. That's how far they dropped. Just like Microsoft started out and never fucking got any further. Microsoft have never written anything good. And the only reason Microsoft didn't support the Atari ST or the Amiga is because there was a game, there was a package called ST. Right, I've got it up here. I'm going to prove this shit. You have a look at Jockey there, mate. Yes, I've been listening to the, yeah, it is Microsoft, right? So it comes in this huge, mega heavy package, like WordPerfect for DOS used to come in. You know what, I'll do a separate video on this, because this is quite an interesting thing. Anyway, it's such a piece of shit, I don't even think it uses gem. Certainly, it's not particularly WYSIWYG unless you've got a fucking 80-column daisy wheel printer. So. Anyway, this thing cost a lot of money. And it is actually produced by Atari, and this is says copyright 1987. Ooh, you're in for a treat. Maybe I'll do that a bit later after this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I think the CD TV has to go back in the box, mate. Back in the box. There you go. Let's try Info Droidio. Actually, I have got another SD card. I'll keep that one under the C64. The cats can't get to it then. So we finished our coffee. It actually went a bit cold. What the hell's going on with the camera now? Fuck's sake. I was watching some of like the video I uploaded yesterday, but I was in such a shit mood. I know people are going to take offence to whatever I said on there. There'll always be one, and that's why it was called Thumb It Down. I don't see why my life should be ruined because some little fucking cunt Prime Minister is wasting all the money on certain things that during the recession of 1991 and 2007 financial collapse in the UK might have happened in the world. I don't give a shit about the rest of the world. I only give a shit about, you know, my ability to feed myself and get money to pay the idiot taxes. UK is a land of taxes. Fucking tax on everything you buy, and then special taxes on some things you buy. Fuel duty, tobacco, alcohol duty. We don't have firearms in this country. So there's no ATF, there's just AT. Who actually deals with that stuff? It's just a generic police. What? That's interesting. Knights of Fortune. I'm sure it wasn't called that. Oh, maybe this is a cracking group. What the hell's going on here then? Couldn't even tell you what I just did. Oh, I wish the game was based on that picture, not this. It's another one of these stupid games. Look, this is your game area. What is this, a fucking VIC-20 with fucking 5k RAM, motherfucker? This joystick, I'm getting confused with Beyond because their controls are a bit iffy on some of their games, so it's not obvious whether it is joystick port 1 or 2. Get in there! What am I buying? Stop selling me that shit. What? I have fucking... Oh, bollocks, man. So music is shit. Uses like the smallest amount of the screen for any kind of fucking action. And I use the word fucking very loosely, wizard sleeve levels of loosely. I can't even start the game. It's such a shit game. So I bet you've forgotten all these absolutely fucking useless games by Beyond. Yeah, Beyond did do some good games. I'm sure there was some sort of game by Beyond, and it was like man something or other. I have to check this. I actually have some of the weirdest laptops you can imagine. No one on my channel would give a shit about them. I only give a shit because I used to sell laptops for about 7 years, I think it was. But the weird thing is, this place I used to work when I was up shit street for money, and you can blame the fucking fucked up interest rates for that one. Not because I didn't budget properly, mate. They were like a 15-20 minute walk from where I was working. So I could have like driven up there in my lunch hour and collected some stock. And by 1999, eBay and Yahoo Auctions UK were a thing, actually. We'll stick with Beyond Belief software. Yeah, there is another one. I don't think I've got it. I've fucking done bounces. I bet bounces is shit. Enough already with a camera being cockeyed, man. Yeah, I wonder how much that camera that Ms. Mad Lemon uses to record the CRT screen costs. See, the problem is when you go on like your retailer's website, when you click for more information, hardly any of them ever, and I don't mean like in general, I mean ever for individual things, state the frame rate that it can record at 1080 or 720p. Now I think you need 1080p, and I would need 50 frames per second, which, although most LCD TVs do support that, because most LCD TVs are like 60 or 50, then worldwide they've just decided it's 60 frames per second. So it's fine if you've got an American Sony Trinitron and an American C64, which don't run a lot of power stuff when you're recording it. So I need to specifically find a camera that does 1080p at 50 frames per second. It doesn't matter too much about video quality. But it's very difficult to like find a camera that does that, and you try searching for that on Google, and I have. I believe Jack, aka Alien, has actually retired a while back. Denton Designs, come on Den, I don't really have much respect for them. Why is it called bounces? You just have to avoid. Oh right, okay. Well, get up then. As soon as I get up, you fucking do that one, huh? Great. what bastard. This game is weird. However, the coding is better than usual for these arseholes. How comes he fucking knocked me out? Look, I'm pressing fire while the ball's over me. You know what? This is a fucking shit episode. There was nothing nice today. Bollocks.